Welcome back to the corner of Whymsy and Blyss. This is what happens when you let a garden, thrifting, crafty introvert out in the wild on Black Friday. No, I don't go to the big box stores. I go to the store of possibilities, i.e. my favorite garden supply store, home decor store, craft supply store, all in one. So what we have here are just a few things that somehow managed to jump into my cart. And it's funny how this happens because like the thrift stores were full of people, like bursting with people. And I'm looking in their carts and I'm going, oh no, they may not have anything good here today. I said, well, I'm here. I don't get out much. So let me just take a look. Let me just peruse and see what we have going on. And this is what I found. So we have here a couple of saucers for our potted plants. As a gardener, you always need those. But look at these cute little mugs. Who gives this away? And I mean, they're in perfect condition. So cute. Get cozy. And look at these Santas. Oh my goodness. And this one still had a tag on it. I'm like, who does this? And then the cookie cutters. Hello. Now, what I think I will do with these, which, I do bake, so I could very easily make cookies with them. But I think I want to use them for some crafts, like either in a wreath. Look at those. Aren't those precious? Or even like a garland. Or even maybe do a kitchen themed Christmas tree. I mean, but look at these. Now, these are plastic, and I do try and keep plastic out of the garden. But there's truly a time and place sometime for a couple of plastic pieces. I would rather use them secondhand in my garden versus letting them go to a landfill or whatever. That does no one any good, especially when they're very, very cute. So we found 2 of those. But then look at this hanging basket. Like, who gives this stuff away? Look at that. Now, it does have a little bit of an oopsie right there. But, I was thinking I could just make an interior, hanging arrangement. Maybe there, I don't know, so I can still see out the peephole. I don't know, but make a little interior arrangement. By the time you add all of your embellishments and bows and everything, you won't even see that, and it's perfect. A couple little basket offerings. So cute for when you're harvesting small things that might get crushed by some of the bigger things. This one is like a little picnic basket, which, is so cute. I might give that to someone, make a little gardener's gift for them. But these were a super fun find. Now, I have some zinnia, echinacea, a few marigolds, and a few cosmo seeds that I have drying, flower heads that I have drying that I need to collect the seeds. So those were perfect. And then these little stakes. Aren't those darling? So cute. Now these little guys, what I'll most likely do with them, I've been collecting bottle brush trees for years. So what I'll probably do is a couple little garden themed Christmas vignettes using the bottle brush trees and, small tiny ornaments and embellishments that way. Now these insulators, I pick these up whenever I see them. I've been collecting them for a while. But when you're in the garden and you may have like a bamboo stake or a wooden stake that you're using to, create structure in your garden. think about how easy it is for you to poke your eye out on these things. So that's what I use these for. So when I see them, I just pop these on. Like let's say this is the steak. I will just pop this on like that. So you'll always see the steak. You won't necessarily poke your eye out because you'll be looking at the insulator as opposed to just, walking right into the steak. So I always collect those. And these were actually half off yesterday. So at, $3 for this one. And it does have a little bit of damage. A little bitty chip right there, but, and right there. But it's for the garden. But they were half off. This vase, pitcher, canister, container, it was also half off. So, once my garden starts producing all my beautiful cut flowers, I'll have something beautiful to house them in. Now, this little guy here, I just thought I got some seed sowing that I have to do. This would be perfect for, spacing. This too, it's just plastic. I probably could have gotten that at, a dollar store or something, or $2 store, $5, whatever they are these days. These little tea lights, I'm sure I can find some kind of little craft that I can use those with. Now these here, they are globes for, your vanity lights, your sconces or whatnot. But I'm going to use them in the garden as flowers. I like to make these, they're basically like a little sculpture. Like I like to mix different pieces of crystal, pottery, stoneware, glasses, candlesticks, all kind of little bits and bobs that you could find at the thrift store. I like to mix them up to make flowers out of them. And you basically attach them to like, I've seen people attach them to like a bent spoon, to rebarb, to PVC. But, you just make it where you're layering different pieces of pottery, plates, crystal, what have you, to make what looks like a flower. So, and then you just kind of pop them throughout your garden. So I'll be making several of those, and I'll be personally turning mine into solar lights. So I'll definitely make a video on that eventually. But look at this cute little scalloped cake pedestal or whatever. And the little cloche. And the find for the day was this calendar. Like, look at that. It's so beautiful. We've got the galvanized. We have a little wreath, snowflakes, and that looks like galvanized as well. And then I turn the corner and this cute little lantern is there. So hello, vignettes. But then the find for the day were these electric candles. And there are 9 of them. And what's funny is my mom had just said she wanted some so that she could put them in this window here once we set up our little display here. So I was just like, oh my goodness. The thrift store is giving today. Green is my favorite color. So when I saw this cute little candy dish, which I think it may have been a candle in here at one time, I said, yeah, that has to come home. I'll most likely put like my dishwasher tablets or something in there. But for the gardener, like, hello, thrift store, flower frogs, metal flower frogs. Oh my goodness. So you put a little bit of tacky stuff in there. You put that in the bottom of a bowl or a tray. And then you basically arrange your cut flowers and all of the, bits and bobs from the garden to make beautiful arrangements. So we have 2 metal ones, and then we have the glass one. I collect these all the time whenever I see them. This beautiful tray. I'm trying to figure out, do I want to put it outside as like, water on one side, bird seed on another, as a way of, offering a little something for my feathered friends. I think that would be so pretty. This little guy, I got it because, it's a cute little shelf sitter. I'll put it on my bookcase or something. I just thought it was cute. And then these little guys, they're, candle holders. But this is a bit that I would use in my, my little crystal flowers. This would be like the center part of a flower. So again, I'll record the video so it, it makes more sense. Whenever there is a miniature, it's coming home. Hello. Think about all the little dwarf flowers, the little dwarf teddy sunflowers, the lily-put zinnias. Like that would look so cute in there. Another mug, super cute. Hallmark, $2. In this one they gave me for $1. A nice little bolt of ribbon. And then I found the wreath. And these little bits, I like to put things like this in my wreaths. So I thought that was good. And that was $2. They gave it to me for $1. I needed something to hang my hand tools and all of that outside. So I'll treat this with like some type of protectant so that it's weatherproof. It's wood and the little wrought iron. I'm not changing a thing about that. I love it. Cute little basket. And this wreath is a good size. You see that? It's a good size wreath. So, but the steel, which there's several steels, but flower-shaped little mini cocottes from Le Creuset, no less. Like, who gives this away? So I have 3, and it comes with, the little tray, which who gives this stuff away? I just do not understand. So some of these things, like I said, I'll be using the wreath, obviously, and the little bits and bobs, the things that my mother requested. Some of this will go like in my greenhouse. Some will be used in my garden. But then some of it will be going to my website for all of you lovelies to take advantage of. So, oh, I didn't show you this. This was a cutie too. And now I'm on the hunt because I want to find more of these. I looked it up. And they're actually little terrines. They come with, when you buy them new, they come with a lid and a little spoon. And I thought that would be the cutest thing if I'm hosting, a brunch or a lunch and you want to serve a little soup or something. That would be so cute, that'd be a lot of soup. But still, your guest might, I don't have to fill it full, but it would still be so cute to serve. But yeah, and then I have a treatment that's called salt wash. Excuse me, that's an additive to paint. And I can use that on the exterior of these flower pots to make them look more like stone versus just, white plastic. I can color it up, make it match whatever my decor is. Excuse me. But this little advent calendar is so stinking cute because it totally matches my vibe. I may embellish the wreath a little bit more, but this is so cute. Now I have to find garden themed miniatures to put in there. It may just be like candies or something in there or, whatever. I'll look for something that I can pop in there and include that. Maybe put that behind my Christmas village. So I don't know. I'm excited. And this, again, was a Black Friday sale. I just happened to pop in after I left the dentist. Like, who goes to the dentist on Black Friday? I do, because I was ready to get my dental work done, and they were open and took me at 7:30. So, that made it so that I could get into the thrift store and basically rob these people for all the good stuff. But, look at this. The seat name. And look at it. Sunflower. Just gorgeous. Now I've got to go on the hunt and look for some of these, just to add to some of my garden supplies. These two, I just think these are adorable. They look to be made from bamboo. So hopefully they'll hold up. I may do some type of little treatment. You know what? I think I will. I'll maybe spray them down with an exterior sealant, but then also paint them with like a waterproof Mod Podge. just to make them more food safe after they've been sealed, because they're so cute, you know, and my handwriting is decent, so I can make some really cute labels, and I'd love, love, love to see them have some longevity in the garden. But anyway, I just thought I'd share my finds and, you know, my Store of Possibilities haul, my Black Friday haul. I did get a couple other things for Black Friday. I got some things from Hoselink, Greenstock, a couple seed companies. I got a few little things. So I'll do a separate haul for those things also, because, you know, I'm not one to really get involved with all the shopping and like the TV. Like I have all that stuff. I don't need anything. But I didn't need this. But I just wanted to get out. You know, I was out at the dentist and it went well. I wasn't in pain. I was feeling good. So I was like, you know, let me just run over. But the things that I did pick up, the things outside of my thrift store things that I picked up, they were necessities for the garden and my spring growing season. So I'll share those in just a bit. But anyway, I hope you all are doing well. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Hopefully your Black Friday sales are, you know, really adding up to the things that you really wanted. Maybe you can pop into some of your local thrift stores and, you know, find some things to get creative and repurpose some things rather than letting it all just kind of go to the landfill. And definitely share it. And I'd love to hear in the comments what you guys are up to and how your decor and your decorating is going for fall, transitioning into winter. You know, my favorite color is green, so so my decor kind of balances all of that. So you'll see the greens, the taupe, white, black. To me, I see terracotta as copper or even peach. So you'll see that into my decor. I love to add natural elements like the baskets and wood pieces. I love a woodland theme. So that's kind of how I'll be decorating my Christmas and my winter decor. So being able to find several really fun things really helped out a lot. And it really freed up, you know, having to go out and spend a ton of money on buying these things. So I could reinvest those funds into getting the garden things that I needed. So anyway, have a wonderful day, everyone. Happy holidays. And thank you all so much for stopping by. I'd love to, love, if you're recording any haul videos, please drop them in the comments. I'd love to go and take a peek. I love a good haul video. I love to see what you're able to find in your parts of the world. So anyway, more to come from the corner of Whymsy and Blyss. Have a great day. Bye.